Okay, I'm gonna do this tier list video a little bit differently than other people do them because I can't make up my mind and I don't like recording and like putting characters in places. So I already made the list. This is my final list, and I'm gonna go over why I think every character should be where they are. And I'm gonna start at the bottom at F and work my way up to S. So, for example, Iron Man is F and the only character in F because I feel like he doesn't have outplayability. I feel like his only good item in his kit is his ultimate, his pulse that like kills everybody, and I feel like you can't really improve on Iron Man the way you can other characters like Spiderman or Iron Fist. Like, they have such high skill ceilings compared to Iron Man's low one, and once you understand his abilities, that's kind of the best you can get at him. But yeah, that's why he's F. And just to say this really quickly, every character in this game is broken. There are genuinely like no bad characters. It's just some characters can't play well in certain teams, or against certain characters. Like Iron Man gets shit on by, honestly, both of the S tier damages and actually all the supports. Because if you get a sleep or a freeze on Iron Man, he's kind of cooked. So, yeah, he just is easily counterable. That's why I think he's there. And then for D tier, we have Wolverine and Scarlet Witch. And I feel like it definitely is in this order. This is ordered how I feel like all the characters should be ranked. So, we'll start off with Wolverine, because I feel like Wolverine can be better. It just I haven't seen any people play him good, and I don't really know much about like his character and his kit in game. I haven't played much of him. I have played every character on this list except for Black Widow. So yeah, but I feel like Wolverine definitely has the potential to be better. It's just his kit is so like solo focused, where like you can like he's good because you can kill a tank, both of you guys at full health, before a tank can like get you half. But it's just you have to be able to solo out these tanks, or these damage, or these strategists, supports. You have to be able to solo them out, which is a lot harder to do with his kit than like it leads to be, because like his jump, like dash forward kind of ability, like brings people with him, but it's like harder to get people out and away from healers or other damage that can fuck you up. And then Scarlet Witch, her attack is great. It does great damage. Her shift is nice. Her invisibility, and her ult is also really good. But I feel like she just gets countered so easy by like every character on this list pretty much. So she's only really good against melee characters, but then these melee characters have their ways of blocking damage, which then buff them up, like Iron Fist, or have their ways of getting around Scarlet Witch with her dashes and her E and her... Yeah. So I feel like she does fuck up Spider-Man's a lot, but he can just get away if he's low. So I feel like she's very counterable by like every character on this list. If you're ranged, stay away. If you're melee, you have a way of getting away or being able to play around her. So that's why I feel like she's down here. And then moving up to C, we have Black Widow. I just don't think Black Widow's that great because she has a sniper that doesn't one-shot. It's just kind of super annoying. And then she doesn't really have much to her kit, really. So I feel like her kit is very simple, and it's very simplistic playstyle. I feel like people can pop off on her. People can pop off on any character in the game. Like I said, they're all broken. But it's just like, I don't know. She's just not that great. And then we have Storm. Haven't played much of Storm either. I think she's the second least character I've played. I do like her giving like team speed boosts and team damage ups with just like her abilities. Her normal attacks are nice. I like her team up with Thor. And her ult is really good. I always end up dying to it. I don't even know how. She'll be across the map and I'll still end up dying to her ult. Like, she'll just, like, run at me with that big tornado, and I'll be sucked in. I'll just die. I don't even know how she kills me with her ult, but she just does. I find myself dying to her ult a lot. But that being said, all these characters on this list above her are better than her. I mean, I feel like you can make a case for Squirrel Girl to be below her, but I think she's better. Speaking of Squirrel Girl, she is great. I am a Squirrel Girl main. If I'm not playing Squirrel Girl, I'm either playing support or Psylocke. So, yeah. Her jump is really nice for getting up high places and being able to just rain acorns down. And her acorns do a lot. They 3-shot like every character in the game except for tanks. Her E is nice, having a stun on a character like this, being able to stun and then get away, or stun, jump up, and shoot him from above. It's just she's kind of hard to aim with because she is a projectile and her projectiles move kind of slow. But if you can get your aim down to Squirrel Girl and be able to hit those direct body shots, you can 3-shot pretty much everyone in the game. So she's really nice. Her ult is kind of weak. You can get kills with it. It's just hard to find those kind of situations, and being in a room or like a hallway where you can bounce back and forth and do so much damage is hard to find compared to a lot of other characters' ults that do damage, where it's just like you can just do it, you know. And then we have next Hulk. He is the worst tank in the game in my opinion because he isn't great solo. If you solo tank as Hulk, you go out, you die. You don't have really any much survivability abilities other than his shield, but his shield breaks really easily. And then his ult's kind of weak as well. It just buffs him up and he can throw people around. Like, I don't feel like his kit is very great in general. And then he just doesn't have the survivability to be a tank. So that's why he's C. But then, moving on to B tier, we have Loki, who is, in my personal opinion, the worst of the heals. He doesn't output enough heals, but that's not saying he's a bad heal, because he's a bad character, because he's better than all these ones that we just went through. But he just doesn't put out enough healing output to like make sure your team is kept alive, unless you're using a shift. Clearly, his shift keeps anyone who enters that thing like alive no matter what. But his ult is really nice, though. Being able to copy anyone's ult. Say you're getting rolled by an Star-Lord. I don't know why I said Iron Fist. Say you're getting rolled by Star-Lord. You can kind of just click his ult, copy Star-Lord's ult, and then roll them back. So it's like, his ult's really nice. He has nice aspects about his kit. It's just hard to play him as a solo heal, which I end up doing a lot of the time. Because people don't like to heal with me, so then I end up swapping off of him onto another character. Not Rocket. Rocket also sucks at solo healing. That's why he's next to Loki. But I feel like Rocket just puts out more damage than Loki does. That's why he's higher. And let's actually just move on to Rocket. His kit with his res and his power amp is nice. His ult is worse than Loki's. Sorry, I had like spit built up in my mouth. His ult is better than Loki's, but I just like his kit overall more, and then the damage output he can have. You can shred people and then turn around and heal, which is really nice. He's kind of like a damage and a heal at the same time. And then you have your Namor, which isn't the best damage in the game, but he's good. His what do they call his, like, squids? Oh. What the heck? Okay, hopefully that didn't mess with my recording. Doesn't look like it did. His squids are really nice to just set up and help take fights and just do that little bit more of extra damage. His ult is kind of weak, but I do like it. I just feel like his whole kit's really nice. If you're trying to, like, stay alive somewhere, wait for your team to get there, and you're being pushed by, like, the whole team, you can press your shift, go up into the sky, which is really nice. You kind of want to, I would throw your squids first and then press that, so you can still get some damage out there. I feel like he has really nice survivability, he's nice playability, he's really nice, but, like, once again, he's not the best damage, because I feel like everyone else on this list whose damage is better than him. Next, we have the Punisher. I haven't played much of the Punisher, but my friend has, and she's kind of newer to games, but she like kind of rolls with the Punisher. He's a really easy character to get into, and I feel like being so easy, he does give back a lot. Like, he is good to play if you're not great, since he's so easy. He just does put out enough damage. His ult is broken. His turret is broken. Yeah, I feel like B tier is just like, yeah, like everybody here is good. But then we get on to great, and then we get on to like amazing, like best characters in the game for sure. So yeah, there's nothing bad I can really say about him. Same thing for Moon Knight. For like lower ranks, he's a lot better than he is higher ranks because of his onks, because people don't know how to fucking break those things in low rank. But yeah, I feel like he's really good. I don't really have anything to complain about him. I feel like his ult is kind of small though, like the size of it. But then again, does do a lot of damage, so I see why it's small. But yeah, I don't really necessarily have anything bad to say about any of the B characters. Magik is so fun. Like, genuinely, she's so fun. I'm currently learning some combos on her. I do want to get better at Magik, dude. And she does have some nice one-shot combos where you, like, shift, do the, like, spin attack, and then E, and then launch them up into the air with your E. And then attack, like, normal attack, and then do, like, a melee that, like, every character in the game has. They all have melees. There's, like, a little bit of damage, but it's nice for especially ranged characters to help fight close or get that, like, little bit of damage, and it'll kill, like, any squishy in the game with that combo. It's really nice. Yeah, I feel like she's good B tier. Can't really say anything bad about her. Her ult is kind of iffy sometimes. I feel like sometimes you'll pop it and then still get shredded. Because, like, your team doesn't really know how to play around you and your ult. They don't know how to, like, help set you up, but I feel like she's great. Iron Fist, I'm going to get a lot of hate for putting him B. A lot of people think he's really good. He is broken, and he does beat up backline, but if you can just stun him or sleep him as either two of these heals who are already backline, and you guys should be playing because they're in S, then I feel like he stops being so broken. But he is really good. And then we have Penny. Haven't played much of Penny either. But I just know, low ranks, she kind of fucking dominates. Like, nobody knows how to break her traps or, like, deal with her spiders, anything like that. So, yeah. I like all of her kit, really. I just don't know about her, like, web pull thing. It kind of sucks compared to the other spider characters in the game. But she's good. Not bad. Don't really have complaints. So, yeah. And then Cap. I do have one complaint about Cap, but he's still the best out of all of B tier. He can't solo tank. Neither can Penny. Neither can Hulk either. But he can't do it. But he can get away from fights if needed to. Like, with his just sprint and his jump and his shield, he can get out of any fight if he needs to. He's kind of like a tank where you want to solo someone out, like Wolverine, but he can do it better because he has one more health. I feel like if Wolverine was a tank, he'd be good. If you make Wolverine a tank, he'd be really good. But he's not, so he's not that great. But Cap having so much health and being able to just get away from any fight if needed and being able to solo someone out and then beat the shit out of them, depending on the character. You can't beat the shit out of an Iron Fist as Cap. But, yeah. Like, he is really good. I just feel like he's a solo, like, fighter tank, but you can't solo tank with him. Like, you need to be able to solo fight, but have another tank, like, blocking the damage, like Strange or Magneto or Groot. But he's, like, a fighter tank, as well as that's also what Venom and Thor are, but Venom and Thor do it better than he does. But yeah, moving on to A tier, these are all the characters that I would recommend playing. All these characters you can play if you want to play them. Some of them worse than others. Iron Man. But these are, like, all characters that I'd recommend playing. That, like, if you're newer to the game, you should try one of these characters out. Same thing with B tier. Most of B tier you should try out. I feel like only ones who are bad for newer players are going to be the two healers in B tier. But everybody in A tier, if you're new, try them out. Play one of these characters. Some of them have higher skill ceilings than others, but these are all good characters to start off with. And we're going to start off with Jeff here, actually, who is so annoying to play against sometimes, especially with a Groot. He just is on Groot's back, healing and healing and healing. Sam can go for Rocket, but he just doesn't put out enough healing compared to how much Jeff does. And Jeff's ult is so annoying, dude. Just being able to pick up the whole enemy team and throw them off the map is just, oh my god. Yeah, Jeff is great. Recommend Jeff, 100%. Then Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's ult's amazing. His team up ability is amazing. His right click where he just charges up 5 shots is amazing. His just damage in general is amazing. I love Adam Warlock. But clearly he's not the best of the heals because there's 3 above him. But he's really good. I really do like him. And then we have Hawkeye. People are going to be like, why'd you put Hawkeye at A? But what C, Hawkeye can actually one-shot. His ult is really amazing. He has a different like arrow type, which is like a 3-shot, like for close range to like finish off enemies if needed. They don't really need to charge up to get good damage with. And then his jump ability is nice. And then his shift like spin, like sword slash thing is nice to get people away. I feel like he does have a really good kit, and then overall he can just one shot, which makes him a lot better. And he has more to his kit than Widow does. Moving on to Star-Lord, who I honestly think is one of the best characters in this game, but he's nerfed by how low health he has because he and his damage output. So his ult, amazing. Aimbot while flying is insane and broken. And then his dodge reloading his ammo is broken as well. And then him having a mini Spiderman ult as one of his abilities is amazing. He is really good. He's just is nerfed by how much damage he does. He doesn't do great damage. But I do think he actually is really good, and I do recommend playing him. I just put my friend on Star-Lord. He started playing him a bit. He's like, damn, yeah, he's fun. He's really fun. All the characters in A are fun. Like, in B, some are fun. Like, Iron Fist and Magik are fun. But, like, everyone in A and up are fun to play. Like, genuinely so fun. So if that didn't mess up the recording again, I don't know what happened there. And then next we have Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is fucking, his ult is insane. Being able to just have it back again if you kill them. And the fear of being a healer and hearing, armed and dangerous! Again! Again! And him just taking out your entire front line, there's nothing you can do about it, is so scary. Genuinely, it's so horrifying. And all of his abilities reload his weapon, which is nice, because it only has 3 shots. Being able to throw your E. Oh, and his E, taking people out of the sky, is also really nice. Like taking Iron Man out, or Star-Lord if he's shifting, or Scarlet Witch if she's just like up there, or Storm, like any flying character. And being able to just take him out of the sky, for even if it's just a little bit, is really nice on Winter Soldier. I feel like his kit is just so good, but everyone above him's better. So if I'm like geeking out over how good Winter Soldier is, and there's all these people ahead of him, like, you know how broken everyone after him is. And then the next is, oh my god, I love Black Panther, like genuinely. His combo he has where you like throw your spear, and then they have the vibranium mark, and then you dash into them, and then that recharges your dash because you hit him with the vibranium mark. And then doing your E, like your spin kick into them, giving them the vibranium mark, and then recharging your dash, and then dashing them again, and then them just being dead. Didn't even have to click like your actual attack once, and just using 2 of your abilities, well, 3 of your abilities, and getting one of your abilities back after every other ability is so nice. Genuinely, it's so nice. And then people complain about his ult not doing enough damage, but his ult isn't really for damage. His ult is kind of to do some damage and apply the vibranium mark to a mass amount of people. Oh, that was loud. To apply the vibranium mark to a mass amount of people, because like the more people your vibranium mark is on, the more times you can dash. And his dash does a decent amount of damage. It does more? No. I think it is slightly less than Iron Fist's dash, where Magik's does the most out of all the dashes I've seen. Her dash definitely does the most. His dash doesn't do the least, though, because Psylocke's dash doesn't do anything. I've actually tested a lot of things in this game now I'm realizing it, yeah. So, it's her dash. Who else has a dash that does damage? I think it's just them. Her dash does the least amount of damage, then it's his, then it's Iron Fist, then it's Magik. Because Magik does like almost like half health with her dash and like it swinging him up into the sky. So yeah, I've done a lot of tests like that because it's just interesting. But yeah, his dash does quite a bit of damage. I think you can 3-shot with just his dash. And that's why doing 2 dashes and his abilities into people kills. It's really nice. And then after you kill him, you get your dash back again, and you can use it to get out or initiate the next fight on the next person. So yeah, he is really nice. Spider-Man is amazing as well. His whole kit is just great. Being able to just freely web swing. If you turn off that one setting, Spider-Man's shit. But if you turn off that one setting, then being able to freely swing and being able to grab the ground, and then doing B-hops or doing like momentum boosts as Spider-Man. I've been learning that recently in the practice range, where you double jump and then web the ground, and then before you hit the ground, do your uppercut punch, your F. It'll keep the momentum on the swing, and you go a lot further than anything else. And then doing that, and then pulling people off the map. I've been practicing that specifically. Being able to pull people off the map is so broken. Yeah, he's really great. And then Thor's really good. I don't feel like he's like broken, but he's one of the better tanks. Well, he's like midway. About. Because there's 3 tanks below him and 4 above him. So yeah, he's technically on the lower end of tanks. But like, we're not going to talk about that. But his being able to throw your Mjolnir and like fly to it, or his ult is really nice as well. And recently I found this exploit where if you have a strange portal up and you do his ult into it, it'll send you flying. Like if you have one portal on the ground and then another one like pointed, like angled up at the sky, and you do his ult into it, it'll send him flying like really far. I don't think it really has a use, but that's really cool. Yeah, I just feel like Thor's whole kit is really nice and can be used effectively in 90% of situations. And then we have Groot. Groot's building comes in so clutch. Whenever I have to play tank, I either play Groot or Strange, even though Venom and Magneto are better. They just don't suit my kind of play style, how I play the game. Yeah, being able to build cover, like pretty much whenever you want, is really nice. His ult, being able to grab everybody and pull them like into one area. Like imagine doing that, grabbing a whole team, pulling them in, while your Scarlet Witch is ulting, everyone's dead. Like, even though Scarlet Witch is in D, her ult's really nice, and being able to kill, or like an Iron Man ult. I'm trying to think of other ults that kill, because those are the 2 people who are really low. Star-Lord ult would be nice in a group, because pulling them all in one spot, not having to really move much. Punisher ult as well. Psylocke ult would be amazing in a Groot ult. Like if you were trying to double ult, his ult's really nice, but then also just pulling them in together, being able to shoot them when they're stuck is great. Trying to think of what else his kit is. Oh, his right click is like a little bomb thing that he throws is nice. And his attack is really good too. It has a shortish range, but it does quite a bit of damage for what it is. Just a punch. And then Venom. Venom is great. I feel like he does a little less damage than I would like him to. Most of the times. His ult kind of is weak, but main reason he's above Groot is because of his heal. Just being able to enter a fight, do as much damage as you can, and then click your heal. And like do that like solo compared to where other tanks would need someone to heal them to do that. I feel like it's really nice. Just tapping that like auto heal. And then his web swing is great for getting in and out of situations. Sorry about that. Got a little busy, but Magneto, I feel like, is also really good. I haven't used him as much as all the other tanks. I feel like I used him like the 4th a much. Yeah. Like I used Strange, Groot, Strange, Venom, Cap, Magneto, and then the other two. But I feel like Magneto's kit is really good. His shield's nice. His ult's kind of weak but great. His attack doesn't do much damage, but it's good still. Yeah, I feel like you can make an argument for him being S too, honestly. Same thing with a lot of these other characters. A lot of the characters A, you can make arguments for being S. It's just dependent on how like you play and what your playstyle is like. And then we have, obviously, S tier. Best characters in the game, in my personal opinion. We have Luna Snow. Her whole kit's great. Her freeze, her ult, her self-heal, her shift, like, heals yourself, and then doing boosted, I think healing is great. Mantis, having her sleep. Her ult's okay. I feel like it's better than Luna Snow because you can actually fight back with your team while keeping everybody alive. And then her right click being her heal, and then being able to damage boost anyone is great as well. Like, say you have your team's about to push, you damage boost your tank, and probably like one of your quicker damage characters, like a Star-Lord. Boosting Star-Lord is great because then he does more damage, so you can get confirmed kills faster. Like, damage boosting someone like a Black Panther wouldn't necessarily be very helpful because they can just do their one-shot combos. But someone like a Star-Lord or like your tank would be really good to damage boost on. Mantis. And next we have Cloak and Dagger. I do like their like tandem like 2-character deal. I actually really enjoy that. They are literally a damage and a support character all in one. You can throw down your like heal dome, swap to Cloak, and then just drain anyone who's trying to like kill your backlines while getting healed. And then her heal is aimbot, and then her attack, Dagger's attack, is just also aimbot, which is really nice. And then being able to make your teammates invisible for a little bit is great. And then the blind is also great. I didn't even know it was a blind until recently. Well, not recently, but my first few games I didn't realize it was a blind. And then and then just having so much healing output as Dagger is really nice. Then we have Psylocke. Her ult is broken. Her damage is broken. Her her dash is really nice to get away and out of places. And then her right click being able to throw the shuriken down, and then they go to wherever your mouse is looking and then back to you. You can damage a bunch of people with that. And then Hela. I feel like she's genuinely so broken. Her ult being able to just rain down damage from above and take pretty much no damage is amazing. And how much damage you do is crazy too. I think you 3-shot, which is insane. And then her damage in general, I think also 3-shot headshots, maybe 4-shot headshots. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know how much damage her headshots do. But being able to just do that much damage and output that much damage with headshots and body shots is great. And I feel like when you can just play Hela and click people's heads, why would you play any other character, damage character? Like, why would you go out of your way to learn Spiderman combos or Wolverine combos or Magik combos when you can just play Hela and click heads? I think it's fun to learn those kind of combos, and that's why I'm doing it. And I feel like it adds more enjoyability to the game. That's why I'm doing it. But if you want like a character who you can just play the game and click heads on, it's Hela. And her flight is nice, and then her stun is also really nice too. Forgot you had that for a second. Being able to stun anyone and then just headshot, they're dead. So yeah, and then on to the final character of this list. Out of all 33, we have Strange. I feel like Doctor Strange is amazing. His ultimate being able to just freeze everyone, stun everyone, and just headshot, and everyone's dead. Especially if you have a character like Hela or Psylocke, being able to just kill so fast with his ult, is amazing. And then his flight just going up is great. Ooh, I actually want to talk about this because I did it in a game the other day, and the enemy Hela got mad at me. Enemy Hela ulted, right? So we were out in the open. It was a Hela, and I think their tank was still alive. And then my whole team was alive. So they were doing it as like a last effort, like, kill the enemy team, get them out of here with my ult, kind of ult, right? So I pressed my shift up, I fly into the sky, I hold out my right click, and I'm just in Hela's face, blocking all of her attacks. And I thought it was just so funny that Strange just was able to absorb her ult pretty much. My shield didn't end up breaking, and I needed to um, jump down. But majority of her ult and her timer was gone just because I used my shield and pressed one of my abilities. So yeah, his shield's great. His damage, he actually has pretty good damage. His ult's great. And then the way you build up dark energy and can just like burst it out for a big damage, like burst. And I like how they balanced him out with giving him the damage, like the healing negation if you do too much damage. So I like how they did balance him out, but if they took that out, he'd be fucking insane and broken. But yeah, that's every character in the game. That's my personal opinions on every character in the game. Some of them I went over shorter because there's not really much to talk about with them. But yeah, I feel like every character in this game is broken. So when I say a character's not that great, I don't mean that like the character in itself isn't great. It's the character can't play with a team right, or everyone is just better. Like, because everyone in this game is broken. Like, genuinely everyone in this game is broken. But yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.